earth is everyone smelling each other? Just ew. Exhibitionism is fine, but your audience has to have opted into it. Not just pass by you at the grocery store and be like, oh, these fuckers are mates. And guess what? They're horny.
Hi everybody, this is Alex.
This is Karla. We're going to be asking ourselves the very important question of, what have you been reading?
So Karla, what have you been reading?
So lately I've been reading still the court books, but then I jumped to The Perfect Marriage, which, holy cannoli, it's so good.
Is it really?
So far. Oh my god.
Okay.
It takes you on twists and turns.
Okay, what is it? The Perfect Marriage?
Mm-hmm. It's so good. You think to yourself, because I thought it was the husband, but now there's a third person. What? I don't know. It's crazy. Who knows?
But we did promise that we were going to cycle back to all of these emails.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to go through some of them. Alex is going to react. Because
genuine reactions.
Yeah. Here we go. You started the email by asking me if I was on Instagram. I said I am, but I don't use it. And I have no friends on there because I don't even log in. And then I said that I kept listening to the court books. And I said, let's be real here. Who doesn't like a little sex scene? But I felt weird about it. And when I read the first book, I was like, am I a prude? But I didn't think so. Because I'm kind of gross. And my mind is in the gutter all the time. So I think it's just the written format or the audio format. I don't know. They're too cutesy and it gives me the ick. Why on earth is everyone smelling each other? Just ew. It's a lot of exhibitionism, which is fine. Exhibitionism is fine. But your audience has to have opted into it. Not just pass by you at the grocery store and be like, oh, these fuckers are mates. And guess what? They're horny.
I think it's super weird that everyone can tell.
Yeah.
When you're turned on.
It's disgusting. And then I said, also, I don't need some dude growling because he's horny while I'm trying to look at my choices of feta. And I think it's pretty rude.
This past week, I've honestly been so bitter because I follow a bunch of Bookstagram people on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know how they do it. Like, I feel like I read a fairly large number of books.
I feel like you read a lot because, like, I'll see sometimes you're just posting stuff and it's like books that we haven't even touched upon.
Yeah, and like I feel like it's a good number. And then I get on Instagram and follow these people, and I swear it has to be their full-time job.
You know what I think they do?
How do you make a living reading? And then I'm sitting in my fucking office being, I don't want to be working on this. I want to be somewhere cozy and reading and making money just by someone looking at me reading.
I think that they probably do the audio and then they do the sped up version. Because, like, I remember one time I had not read a book club book. And
on how they get through so many so quickly.
Yeah. And I was driving to the book club meeting.
I can quit my job so that I can just
no, that I can't help you with that. If I knew, then I'd implement.
We'd all be there, I guess.
But I was driving to the book club meeting and I had not finished, and I sped up like so much that it sounded stupid, ridiculous. Yeah. Like I was like, this is not good. But that's probably how they do it. They have to consume so much.
Yeah. Actually, I have a funny story about. So oh my god, Foo Fighters lead singer.
Dave Grohl.
Yes.
It was like trivia.
So his memoir, have you read it?
No.
I read it a long time ago and I really enjoyed it. But when I first was listening to it on audio, I was like, oh man, he's done like a lot of drugs or something. He just sounds super fucked up. And then I was talking about this with Jeff and he goes, do you think your audio speed is right? And I went back and it was slow. It just sounded like he was high or something the whole time, just talking super slow, and it turned out I was just on the wrong speed.
That's really funny.
So no, Dave Grohl was fine, and it was a great memoir. So anyhow, yeah, just make sure you're on the right speed. So if you definitely speed it up, don't slow it down. Okay, so let's get into Iron Flame for a little bit.
Okay.
There's a lot of like battle setup.
There is. It's too much. I don't care.
So
I don't care about any of it.
I have friends that we've been reading these kind of together, and we share. We have like a thread on Instagram, and we share like funny memes or whatever about ACOTAR and the Fourth Wing. But they are very much into all of the theories about the books and very serious about that stuff.
I could see myself doing that.
Yeah, and
You're not.
I'm like, I read the book, and I read it through, and all of those things, I'm like, oh, this is so much world building, which we talked about the last episode. I enjoy it to a point, but I'm not thinking through, like, the war theory that's happening, or, like, I don't know. I'm just kind of reading through it, and I'm not really absorbing or analyzing it.
Well, I remember when I was reading it, and then that dude was brought back to life from that healer. And I was telling you Jack Barlow. Yeah. One, I was telling you, immortal. Somebody's going to get the Jack Barlow treatment. and lo and behold, guess what? Zayden is now, as I said, roided out.
Yeah.
Because he decided to, I don't know. I just...
See, that didn't make sense to me, which is where, like, people kind of go off on theories on why it happened. But I don't understand how that battle that he was having ended up with him becoming
a venom?
Yeah.
Because we needed a third book, apparently. That's why Rebecca Yarros wanted to write 28 more freaking hours of book.
And she'll get it, man. And she'll get so much money.
Good for her.
Good for
honestly, because I know that I'm not her target audience. So it's cool. That's fine.
Yeah.
But now I need to know what happened. And like I said, I'm just going to Google it. I feel like I'm just going to Google it.
Yeah, I pre-ordered the book already. I know.
So long.
Which I've had terrible luck with pre-orders. I only recently gotten into buying books. Because usually I borrow them. Or I do the ARC copies, the advanced reader copies, so I get them for free.
How did you get into that, by the way?
I saw someone post about it, and then I, like, researched it, and then I signed up for these two different, so there's NetGalley and Edelweiss are two different websites. I don't know what they're called, but they distribute ARC copies, so you can request it. You can go through their catalog of what they have.
Ooh.
And then...
Do they have creepy books?
Yeah.
For moi?
I'm sure they have everything.
Ooh.
Yes.
That's exciting. Okay.
So, point is, I don't buy a ton, but now that I've been reading a lot for probably a year and a half, there's like certain authors that are coming around that I'm like, oh, I know I really like that author, so I want to buy their next book ahead of time. But I've had terrible luck with my pre-orders because they get here like days after they've been released. I'm like, well, no, I'm just going to go to Target or Barnes & Noble and buy it if I want it on the day that it's out.
Are you one of those people that need to have it on the day that it's out?
Not really, because I don't get to read it right away, but like I said, I follow a lot of Bookstagram people on there, so like everyone's talking about it, and then I start getting serious FOMO.
I like that you have that feeling about books.
It's so lame. Yeah.
Not about going out or seeing your friends. It's like, what did this lady write? What did this dude say?
Yeah, I feel like I'm very okay with my lack of social life. But missed that book that just came out on Tuesday. I'm having some serious issues.
What now, brown cow?
Well, what other books have you been reading?
So, The Perfect Marriage.
Yeah.
Which is really, really good. So far, I've really enjoyed it.
How would you classify that? Is it?
It's a roller coaster. It's a little bit thrillery.
Okay.
And a little bit mystery. We said that we were going to do spoilers, and I guess that we should say that again, maybe at the beginning of each one of these. We're going to do spoilers. I'm going to tell you everything I know. I'm going to tweet like a bird. I'm a narc. So basically, it's about this marriage, and like the lady is super like career driven, and the husband is an author, but he's kind of a failed author.
Okay.
He's trying to like write another book, but he kind of has writer's block or whatever. He just can't do it. He's not doing well. And they have a vacation house. And when he goes to the vacation house, he just has affairs with this. He has an affair with this townsperson.
Okay.
He met at a coffee shop, and he decides that he's going to leave his wife for her. Mm. And then his wife tells him, oh, I want to have a kid. And he decides that he's going to leave his mistress now.
Oh, my God.
And then he's all happy. He apparently says that he loves both of them, which I feel is bullshit.
Yeah.
I feel like it's so stupid to me that within 12 hours or so, he just decided, oh, I'm going to leave her. And then later, oh, I'm going to leave the other one. Lame. Anyway, he kind of sucks. Anyway, so he gets arrested because after having left the vacation house where he just had sex with his mistress and decided that he's going to live with her forever, she got totally murdered. Ooh. And I'm not talking like, oh, she got shot. No, she got fucked up.
Like dismembered?
It said that she got stabbed like a shit ton.
Okay.
So she got like super murdered, not just a little murdered. She went all the way.
Yeah.
Okay? Like,
see, I can't do this, Karla. It's not a book I could read, but I can't wait to hear.
I mean, they don't describe the murder, but like, so you would be fine.
Okay.
I feel like you'd still be okay.
Give me a little torture on the side, though.
You gotta have the eyeball squishing. You do. So he gets arrested, and the wife is a lawyer.
Yeah.
So she's like his lawyer now, and we just found out at the part that I'm at that the mistress was pregnant. I know. So get this dude was gonna leave his wife to go be happy with Kelly, right?
Yeah.
But then he decided to stay with his wife because his wife wanted to have a kid. And now we find out that the mistress was already going to have a kid. So it's like, would he have made the decision to stay with his wife?
Yeah.
Had he known that his mistress was already pregnant? But get this. Don't make that face at me.
I'm sorry.
But get this. We find out also that one of the reasons that the police officers that arrested him were like super pissed is because Kelly was like their coworker's wife. Yes.
Oh.
Exactly. So like
she was also cheating on her husband.
No, what I mean is that her husband is a deputy.
Okay.
So like he beats him up. Ooh. While he's like in an interrogation room or whatever. He like comes in, he's supposed to not be at the station. He comes in and he beats the shit out of him. Anyway, that's where I'm at.
Okay.
Oh no, I forgot. Hold on.
What else happened?
There's a third set of DNA like in her.
Yeah.
So maybe there's a third dude. Is he the dude that killed her? That's the part where I was like, it has so many twists because like you think that it was the husband because like you find out that the husband was abusive.
3 sets of DNA.
Yeah.
So, like, she had sex with all 3 of them at the same like.
So
recently?
She had sex with her husband.
Oh boy.
She had sex with Adam, who's the guy that's cheating on his wife.
Okay.
And
then
this third person who may not have been by choice, may have been the person who killed her.
Yeah.
But I used to think that it was her husband. And
now.
Who knows?
Ooh, can we circle back to Assistant to the Villain?
Yeah.
So in Assistant to the Villain, you knew right away that it was the dad.
Not right away. I knew that I didn't like him.
Yeah.
Because of the food thing. I feel like, okay, so in Assistant to the Villain, the dad is ill and has been ill for years.
Yeah.
And it says that, you know, the Evie gets pulled out of school and basically has to forego her learning and her socialization.
Yeah.
Which is, for me, a huge deal.
Yeah.
Because she's this young person who should be able to be out and about, or as I like to say it, oot and a boot.
Doesn't it have, like, some inklings of ACOTAR also, right? Where, like, the dad's at home and the sisters are at home and there's this one sister that has to be, like, the breadwinner lifesaver.
Yeah. Is that a trope? That has to be a trope.
I guess it must be.
Okay. So, we're just going to have to deal with the fact that there's always going to be a martyr.
Yeah.
And the martyr is going to also be the hero.
Yeah. But I was impressed that you caught on so quickly because I didn't realize it was the dad until
Oh,
the
Alex,
very end.
I'm a very impressive.
I know you are.
I caught on to the fact that I didn't like him because even though it's been years and it says that whenever he feels better, he cooks for them.
Yeah.
He also has taste buds.
Yeah.
You know your food sucks, buddy.
Ooh.
like spice it differently, try something new. I don't know. But like, you know that this tastes like shit.
Yeah.
And this is the one
it.
contribution that you're making like sporadically, not even daily. You don't even make it enjoyable. So I knew there that something was off about this mofo.
Yeah. You're good. You've got some good
Fuck that guy.
detective skills. Have you been reading anything else?
So I started reading the 4th book of the court books.
Yes.
But it is very easy peasy. Like, I feel like this is not as heavy. Which
is that the what's it called? Oh Lord, I'm terrible.
Oh
at this.
jeez,
Is it the Starlight?
Frost
and yeah.
It's blue.
It's a small one, right?
Yeah, it's the small one.
Yeah.
I'm almost done with it because I'm doing audio.
Yeah.
I will say that I freaking loved the foxes with vests. Holy crap! Somebody draw that, please.
I'm sure it's out there.
Oh my god, I'm gonna look for it.
There's
no,
gotta be fan art for it already.
I'm not gonna look for it.
See on Instagram. I bet you it's there.
I'm not.
I know. I'm just saying you
Instagram.
could find some great stuff. I think when I was talking about this book with some other friends, we call this like the palate cleanser after like the war and Highburn and all of that. This was kind of like a very
That was so heavy.
light
Yeah.
book before moving on to the next one.
Okay. Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Spoilers. So Reese died.
Yeah.
And that was like, I don't know, a paragraph's worth. That was like the lamest thing ever.
Yeah.
Okay, I felt really bad for Feyre, but also like, I feel like also chill out.
Control your emotions.
Relax. She was human not too long ago.
Yeah.
Where literally everyone expects to die.
Yes.
So relax.
Death just happens.
Death happens. You're in a war. There's spears and powers and magic and stuff just happening.
Yeah.
Come on.
Aren't they connected though? Like, isn't it like if he dies, she dies?
No.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different book.
They do make a deal at the end. They make a bargain.
Oh, is it after this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm assuming
Once
that
he
I
comes
can
back
see where
to
it's
life.
going.
Yeah.
Because there is another book, and apparently more. I don't know how many freaking books are going to come out.
Yeah, I don't think we're not at the end yet.
Are we almost at the end? Come on.
Oh, maybe. I
Let's
don't know how
get
much
to
more
the
you
end.
can-
Come on.
I think maybe one more book.
All right. Come on. Just let's wrap it up. Get to the point. Just tell me how these people live and just let me go.
You also don't have to finish them.
I know you keep telling me that, but it's like, how the heck am I not going to know what happens? Like,
I can tell
we've
you.
got
With
Amryn dying also after 15,000 years, which, by the way, what the heck?
And attention to
I
detail,
know, yeah.
I can tell you everything.
I can totally, count on you to tell me. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Well, hold on now.
Yeah.
Because Amryn and Varian are together now, which is super duper cute.
Yes.
And I emailed you that I thought that it was really interesting that Varian is still around, even though Amryn is apparently super scary. It's like, what does that say about Varian?
He's just madly in love with her.
Or he enjoys abuse.
Could be.
Because she seems like she would whip him.
But maybe she's different, like, in bed.
Oh.
Sometimes the people that are dominant out in public like to be the
submissive
person in those roles.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Acceptable.
Okay. Karla will allow it.
I'll allow it. It gets the check mark. So that was cute. I'm happy for them. Ew, recent Feyre. Just continue to gross me out. Why are they fucking in the air on top of The townspeople.
Isn't that where they conceived?
Oh my god, I don't know. Oh my god.
That is
Just
weird.
please.
How does that even work?
First of all, I don't know how they look when they fly.
Yeah.
Do they fly like da-da-da-da, Superman?
Well, no, because the wings are on the back.
So, no. So then, do they fly like the Game of Thrones dragons, like with the body laid?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, that's like
how
Superman.
I pictured it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, then answer me this. If that's how they fly, then how do they carry people, whole ass humans?
Well, because he's not using his arms to fly like Superman. He's got the bat wings. So the wings are what's flying, and he's holding her. But it still doesn't explain how you have sex while you're doing that.
Okay. I guess I just always kind of understood that both people stood.
Uh-huh.
And then they jetted off. You know? So,
see,
I feel like they both are standing. So it's not like you're
in my
cradling
mind,
them.
he's holding her, like, in the back and the legs. Like a
They're being
child.
cradled?
Yeah.
That's awkward.
That's what I thought.
That's super awkward.
I mean, yeah.
So he's just carrying, like, Cassian like that?
Yeah.
Like, if he were to carry... If he had to carry Tamlin, for example.
That would be very uncomfortable.
And they, like, hate each other.
So would carrying Tamlin vertically. I mean, there's no comfortable way of two grown men carrying each other.
Tamlin just holds on to him like a koala bear.
To the sky.
Oh my god. The optics of it are not cute regardless.
Well, I think if you have Farrah being held, that's kind of cute. She's got like her head on his shoulder, you know?
I literally, this
Hearing
whole
his
time, have
heartbeat.
been thinking that they fly around like Tinkerbell. Like standing position. I did not
I was
think.
picturing more Superman, I guess. With wings.
What was the point of this? Oh my god, yes. Jeez Louise. Oh my god. That's just like so messed up to the townspeople. It's messed up regardless because like every single time that it describes them having sex, like he's
Everybody
destroying
knows.
shit.
Yeah.
He's like crumbling mountains. He's causing
Think of all the people getting
avalanches.
hurt just because he's trying to get off.
Ugh, just fuck off.
I know, that's just unreasonable.
I don't know how.
Insensitive, maybe is the word I'm looking for.
It's rude.
Also, in the fourth wing, right, when they're having sex and there's lightning storms outside, I go, that's weird. Everybody knows every time you guys have sex.
Remember that I wrote to you that they caused a fire?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I really enjoyed that where he's like growling everything at her. I don't know. It just seems
You have to
like...
replace furniture all the time.
Oh
That's
my
expensive
God.
and time consuming.
But they're rich.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter to them.
Oh my gosh. They're walking around just like boinking.
Wouldn't that be
and
weird to
fucking
walk
everything
around Valeris and like everybody knows that you destroyed the like tower of whatever?
That's not cool.
Be like, you destroyed my house while you were fucking your wife. Thanks.
But now like we're so happy together. So
Yeah. Maybe he just pays everyone, right? He's got to pay everyone for all
still
of the
like
damage.
does he pay for their therapy for having to hear their high lord?
He seems like the guy that would. He seems fairly considerate aside from what we're talking about.
They also have sex at a freaking war camp.
Yeah.
Where there's people like agonizing outside of their tents.
Yeah. They're like, hey.
They're like, this sounds like a soundtrack.
This is what I want to be thinking about.
Sounds to make love to. Brought to you by Dying Illyrians. Sponsored by Highburns Warpath. I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of... I understand that it's fantasy, but like as we've all figured out by now, I'm incredibly cynical when it comes to these things.
What?
And I just feel like if you think about it outside of this context of like these people have wings and shit, it's just disruptive.
Yeah.
It's disruptive.
The daily life.
Get out of here. Just go find a mountain to destroy.
Yeah. I was going to say get a room, but I mean, that doesn't even fix it. That's not.
It really doesn't. It really doesn't.
Yeah.
Because they just don't care.
Yeah.
They're so wrapped up in their hormonal imbalances.
Yeah.
They just don't care. I feel like normal people are like usually like, oh, we can't disrupt other people with our sex sounds. But these people are like, and then he fucked it up. Just rocks into people's homes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well,
Ugh.
do you want to ask me what I'm reading?
Yes! Oh, okay, wait, hold on. What do you read? No, wait, that's not our name. What is it? What have you been reading?
Let me tell you, Karla.
Yay!
Okay, so I was talking about my FOMO earlier, so I'll talk about Funny Story by Emily Henry. Have you read any Emily Henry books? She writes a lot of like beachy romance.
I do not do beachy romance.
So I like her books a lot, and I was really excited to read this one. It was good, but I think the hype was so big that I had it so hyped up that it didn't quite meet the hype. It was good, but everyone's been saying that it's her best one, and I don't know that it was. I really liked, I think Beach Read is literally the title of the book.
Okay, but what is it about?
So Funny Story is about a woman whose fiance leaves her for his best friend.
Oh.
And then she has to move in with the best friend's boyfriend. Who gets left also.
Of course.
So you've got your forced proximity,
so
you've got all of your tropes, and then of course they end up falling in love.
Right. Working through the trauma of being left.
Yes. I liked it. It was good. Some steamy scenes, and she's a librarian, so there's a lot of like bookish talk, which I enjoyed that. And her being a librarian was fun. So I read that, and one of my advanced reader copies was Elizabeth of East Hampton. Have you read any Jane Austen?
So I've read Pride and Prejudice before, like a really long time ago. And it's funny because I just saw you post about it.
Yeah.
I was going to start reading Persuasion.
Ooh.
And I texted a friend. I don't know if he wants to be part of it, but whatever. I texted Mike and I was like, I'm going to read Persuasion and I'm going to listen to it. So I'm going to be speaking with a British accent because I pick up accents like not intentionally.
Yeah.
Like if you speak a certain way, I'll start speaking like you and it'll sound like I'm making fun of you, but I'm not, I swear.
No, you just pick up the
mannerisms. So then he said that he was imagining me like Jennifer Coolidge, and I was like, yeah, probably. So I ended up not reading more Jane Austen.
What did you think of Pride and Prejudice? I've never read any Jane Austen books, which I feel like is a huge faux pas for someone that reads romancy books, because everyone talks
She's
about
like
them
the
so much.
Mother
Yes.
of romance.
So I think I need to do some homework and read some. But anyhow, this Elizabeth of East Hampton is a like modern day adaptation of Pride and Prejudice.
Okay.
So basically, I read Pride and Prejudice in
I like
modern
the movie.
day. I see. I've never seen any of the movies either.
Aww.
I know.
Oh, snap a doodle.
I know.
They're both so good with Colin Firth.
Okay.
As Darcy and that other dude as Darcy in the Keira Knightley movie. So good.
So good. Which one would you recommend? One over the other if I had to pick one.
That's so difficult.
Is it really that difficult?
It is. They're good for different reasons. I feel like I'm gonna go with the more modern one.
Which is it the Keira Knightley?
It's the Keira Knightley one.
Okay.
Yeah. I like her.
Yeah.
And I like Darcy. I don't like how the actor looks on like in other stuff.
Yeah, but you like him in Pride and Prejudice?
In Pride and Prejudice. I think he works. There's this really cute scene where he is like practicing with Bingley, like how Bingley is going to like go in and ask for the sister's hand in marriage.
Yeah.
So freaking cute! Anyway.
Well, I'll have to watch it and I have to read it because now now I know what the plot is, obviously in different settings and scenarios. But I really like the stories. Now I feel like I've got to go back to the original. Almost, I'm doing it backwards.
I feel that for Jane Austen, you have to be in a certain mindset to accept that like old-timey books were written in a lot slower pace.
Ooh. That's how I feel about my kids with TV now. Like, they can't watch The Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Because
their attention span?
It's not the attention span. It's the graphics and stuff. The animation.
Oh, really?
The animation is so different. And maybe it is, I guess, attention
I love
span.
the old animation, though. But maybe that's because I'm used to it. Because I grew up with
I think
it.
for them, it just doesn't capture their attention enough, which is unfortunate. So I get what you're saying about a different
Yeah. It
pace.
definitely is different. It'll throw you.
Which I'm glad you said that, because it reminded me that I wrote down talking about mood reading.
Yeah, there are certain books that I need to be in a certain, like, headspace for.
Yeah, but right now you said you needed to move on to something. I forgot what you said. That
like, I couldn't do Persuasion. I couldn't keep up with it. After maybe, like, the first 15 minutes, I was like, nah. Nah, bro. So, I stopped. I need something that will engage me a little bit faster. So, I started reading about the murder story. Because I can't do scary yet. But I can do murder. Hey! So, I had to start reading another one.
Yeah. I bounce back and forth between, like, my light romance reads and then reading a more serious, like...
What's your more serious?
Like, more serious... It's still fiction, and it's... What did I call it? Like, family drama?
Okay.
Like, generational drama stories that are...
That can be heavy.
A lot of times they are. So it's working through family trauma or miscommunication through generations of, like, parent and child, and working through a lot of issues. So yeah, they're usually pretty heavy and serious. So after I finish one like that, I usually bounce back to a little Emily Henry or a little cheesy.
I think you remember how we were talking about reread?
Yes.
I think that's when I do that. I didn't realize it until
like you
right
go
now.
back to a comfort read.
Yeah, like I already know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I still might look at it from a different angle.
Yeah.
And find new things that I like about it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like watching The Office in the background.
Oh, that's so comforting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no surprises.
Yeah. I think actually reading Funny Story makes me want to go back and read Beach Read, because I liked that one. Now I want to make sure that I liked that one better than this book by Emily Henry.
Look at you getting into rereads.
I know. I mean, I still haven't done it. But at least there's a desire to. There's a little kernel of wanting.
There you go.
I know. It's exciting. So yeah, I've read, those are my two, the Elizabeth Lady Stampton and Funny Story. And then I have been working my way through, a friend of mine gave me a stack of Abby Waxman books.
I really don't know any of these authors.
Well, I didn't know her either until now. But there was one book that I had posted about wanting to read, and then a friend of mine said, I have like 4 of her books if you want to borrow them. So I've been working my way through those. And they're kind of the same, very light on the romantic note, but funny. She's a funny author.
I'm usually not a funny reader.
Yeah?
Like, remember that one book that I think it was either Robin or Brooke that they picked it for their book club pick? And it was about that one guy who's just the stupidest person alive.
Oh.
Who is that?
Confederacy of Dunces?
Oh my god.
Well, that one wasn't funny.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's supposed to be funny.
Humorous?
No, I think it's supposed to be... God, I can't even think of the
I'm
word.
pretty sure that it's described as, like, humor.
Sarcasm, maybe.
I hated it so much.
I did not like it. But I remember seeing the very first line of that book come up on Jeopardy right around the time that we were reading it, and I did feel smarter for knowing it. Although now I can't think of the phrase.
I'm looking it up.
But it's a very popular...
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I didn't like it either.
Ugh. Sorry, whoever picked it. It was a reactionary satire.
Satire, that's what I was thinking. Yes, I don't think satire is supposed to be funny.
It wasn't
not funny.
It hit its mark.
It hit its satirical point. So what are you looking forward to reading? We talked about this last time. You kind of just look up your next read.
I really want to finish The Perfect Marriage book.
Yeah.
Really excited to find out who killed Kelly.
Yeah.
And also, are Adam and Sarah gonna stay together?
Would you stay?
Hell no.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's a hard
strike
pass.
1, he cheated. Strike 2, she was pregnant. Strike 3, now you're in jail? Get out of here.
That's a lot. That's a lot to work through.
She's a career-driven lawyer. You're telling me that she's going to have the time and the emotional, like the emotional
energy?
Bandwidth to deal with his nonsense?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
We can't wait to hear what you've been reading.
Yeah. I don't know. Are we going to have a comment section?
I'm sure there will be a comment section.
Comment
or
below.
An Instagram post or something once we get our act together.
Yeah. Follow us and
let us know what you're reading.
Come along with us on this journey of figuring out what the heck we're doing.
All right. Bye.
Bye.